We're going to Florida. Randy OSTROW, you're up.
Hey, thank you very much, Coach. I'm sitting here. I have two college-age kids, and I know a bunch of people on this call have kids that are younger or approaching that. And I wonder why all the wisdom that you've gained through the military, professional sports, the boardrooms, why is it that more colleges these days aren't taking lessons that are so obvious about personal development to increase productivity, and they're still teaching stuff that may or may not be relevant? I'm not expecting you to have an answer, by the way. It just seems crazy to me because it's obvious that if you develop the mind of the person, the results follow. So when my daughter is going to UCF and I'm looking at like the choices of classes, there's nothing that even comes close to this. So it's just an observation. I don't even know if it's a question.
No, it's a great observation and a good question. And it's something that I think is really poignant and speaks to me because I've been wrestling with it for a long time. You know, I was lucky that I got mental skills training when I was getting my butt kicked at West Point. And I went to a unique center called the Center for Enhanced Performance, who in 1989 brought sports psychology into the military. Had that not happened, I probably wouldn't even be here, right? And so like when I went to combat for the first time, I realized, all right, the enemy's not fighting fair. We have to adapt and overcome. And, you know, my mental toughness came to a premium. So, but when I came home, I developed these mental skills on my own, but I didn't know how to teach them to anybody else. And therein lies the problem. We understand, I think what's interesting is that we know how important mental health, I call it mental fitness. Mental fitness includes health, resilience, and performance, all in one, mental fitness. So we understand mental fitness, that whole psychological spectrum is really important. And that's a fantastic thing. And now things like mindfulness and meditation, things that John McCaskill talks about, they're mainstream, right? The pandemic has brought them front and center. We still have a gap in training and education. We are not empowering down to the lowest level, getting this skill set down to the people who need it this most at the youth level. And that's why I'm so passionate about shifting the mental skills consultant model to make it more accessible, because it was frustrating for me that why are only elite athletes on the tactical or sports side? Why are they we're trying to make really good athletes just a little bit better. That's important. But we got kids, you know, down in Uvalde in Texas who just had a mass school shooting who got to go back to school now. What the hell are we doing for them? Why are we not empowering the teachers and the coaches and the parents? And why are we not? And the beautiful thing is that we have technology to do this. And so I'm so passionate about taking the content and the things that I've learned over the years, packaging it in a way that doesn't feel like homework. It doesn't feel like work. It's gamified. There's a social aspect to it. It destigmatized mental training, just like you would go to the gym. It's personal training for your brain. And it gets into the hands of our young people. And it also empowers our athletic coaches who are kind of like parents, and they spend more time with their kids than we do at certain points, and our teachers, and, you know, to reinforce these mental skills. And so it's teaching the people who are in direct influence of our young people, empowering them with this skill set that they can internalize it, but teach it to others. But it's also getting these tools into young people's hands. So when they encounter adversity for the first time, that may seem insignificant to us because we have the benefit of experience. You know, why wait until you fail to learn from something? Why not do the prehab for the brain ahead of time, to where I've increased your threshold for stress because I've trained your brain just like you trained your body. You have a support network there, and then that just increases your chances for success. And again, easier said than done. But I think that we can use a combination of good quality instruction delivered through digital means, and we can democratize mental skills training, and not just because products scale, people don't, you know. And frankly, to answer your question, why don't they do it in colleges? I will tell you, Randy, that in some of the colleges in SEC schools, I just came from Texas A&M, you have some of the best performance psychologists in the world who have never met any of the athletes on the athletic department side because they're siloed, right? Because people think they've got it all figured out. And I don't, you know, they're protective and they don't want to cross collaborate, so forth. The good news is a lot of those things are getting broken down. We have a more interdisciplinary approach, a lot of, and especially in athletics and in the military. But we're a little behind on the corporate side, frankly. You know, the corporate wellness, you know, the corporate wellness thing is in the past. People are like, they're done with it. They want a new solution. And so I think there's some opportunities here for us to be able to help people where they're at earlier in their lifespan development, if that answers your question.
Thank you, Coach. Amazing. I appreciate you being here today. And maybe by the time Avery, Scott Garber's baby, is in college, it'll be more mainstream.
I hope so. Just, yeah, we got to keep pounding the stone, Randy, and lock it up.
Love it. Love it.